Howdy sports fans, are you good? Good. Not everyone loves spending $60 on a new game. Well, technically nobody should love doing so, but we're sure we can't speak for everyone. I'm sure there's some weird fetishes out there. That's why seeking out the best PlayStation Now PS4 games is becoming a go-to for plenty of fans who don't mind waiting a little longer for some of the biggest games at a cheaper inclusive price. PlayStation Now delivers an assortment of top-rated and also indie titles, all for one relatively low monthly cost. A rotating library keeps things from getting dull as you play through the myriad of available games. The following is a glimpse at some of the games available on PS Now at the start of 2021, but not just any titles. These are among the best the service has to offer. For $9.99 per month, you too could be enjoying the best PS4 games on PlayStation Now, which can either be streamed or downloaded directly to your console, which includes the PS5. Bear in mind that we aren't including any PS4 games that are only available temporarily as part of the service. So while something like Dead Cells is on there right now, it won't be in, say, March. We're also going for a broad mixture of some underrated gems and bona fide classics, just to maybe keep things interesting. Here then are the best PS4 games on PlayStation Now. Feel free to let us know your suggestions down below. Number 10, Tearaway Unfolded. Who knew paper could be so much fun? Tearaway Unfolded is a magical journey brought to life by the minds behind Little Big Planet. Originally a PlayStation Vita title, oh Vita, we love you, we miss you. Media Molecule recrafted the playful platformer and re-released it on the PS4 for a more expansive adventure. As with Little Big Planet, Tearaway Unfolded sends players through a strange land rife of colourful characters and zany stories to unravel. Players traverse a world made of paper on a quest to deliver a message to a strange portal in the sky. The terrible protagonists will battle scraps and perform playful tasks to reach their goal. Now, if you don't like DualShock 4 gimmicks, you might not love this one, as Tearaway asks you to use the DualShock 4 light bar to illuminate the screen to help the paper world's people. However, Tearaway Unfolded is a delightfully good time that blends playful and beautiful visuals with a robust amount of content. More like this please, Sony. I'll take one more Tearaway to go, thank you. Number 9, Brothers, A Tale of Two Sons. When a film director involves himself on a video game project, you know you're in for something special. Swedish-Lebanese director Joseph Fares joined forces with Starbreeze Studios to develop Brothers, A Tale of Two Sons, a gorgeous experience inside and out. Players control the titular brothers, solving unique puzzles and taking deadly bosses head-on as they search for the cure for their dying father. At the end of their journey is the Water of Life, but it's not going to be an easy goal. If the two can work together, they may just survive and find the answer to their father's ailment. That means coordinating the movement of each character using the two thumbsticks, which is a bit of a task with just one player. Unless it comes naturally to you, Brothers is a game that is better when you enlist a co-op partner, which is how it really starts to flourish. Whichever way you play it though, you'll get to enjoy an inspiring tale of the power of brotherhood. Also yet another solid reminder that Joseph Fares has just the most fascinating mind. I want to climb inside his brain and take a nap. Number 8, Terraria. If you're looking for one of the best games on PlayStation Now that's going to give you your money's worth, Terraria is definitely it. Sure, single-player adventures and fast-paced shooters are fun, but this sandbox adventure is going to soak up so much of your time that you may forget about the AAA games on PlayStation Now. When you enter the world of Terraria, the choice is yours how you plan on tackling it. There's an expansive space out there full of perils and exciting finds. Players that love taking on deadly challenges may forego building their mini-empire and focus on combat. At the same time, resourceful minds will enjoy the rewards for exploring deep caverns. There is so much to do and so many ways to play Terraria that you're sure to become addicted, especially with ample free updates and randomly generated worlds to just get lost in. If you want something like Minecraft that's not basically just trying to be Minecraft, Trove, Terraria is a fantastic alternative. Number 7, XCOM 2. Do you love getting attached to characters only to have them die on you? And we don't mean the kind of death that comes with a continue screen either. In XCOM 2, you develop an entire team of soldiers, invest time and effort into leveling them up and outfitting them with the best equipment, and then risk their lives on often difficult missions investigating alien attacks across the ruined Earth. It's a tense and stressful experience, but that's only half of the equation. Along with controlling your squad in a strategic combat experience, you're also in charge of the XCOM organisation itself. Every aspect of the government organisation is at your fingertips, from researching alien tech to handling diplomatic relations with other countries. Make one wrong move and the Advent might just succeed in taking complete control of Earth. XCOM 2 is not for the easily frustrated or anyone who gets sheer anxiety when looking at clocks, because this game will wreck your ass. Number 6, Dishonored 2. Picking up 15 years after Corvo Attano's redemption in the original Dishonored, the skilled guard turned assassin is thrown back into the fray. When enemies of the throne of Dunwall start dropping like flies, Empress Emily Coldwin and her protector and father Corvo become entangled in the mess. Tasked with keeping themselves alive while the scheming Delilah Copperspoon claims the throne, Corvo and Emily put their unique abilities to use. Unlike Dishonored, players can control either Corvo or Emily and enjoy two varied playstyles. Both characters have access to some truly wild powers, with Corvo being a pretty familiar pick overall, though Emily's domino power is worth the price of admission on its own. It's so damn cool. Dishonored 2 brings back the original's blend of stealth and action and open environments, and its star-studded cast of Rosario Dawson, Pedro Pascal and Sam Rockwell, among many others, help drive a deeper story that pulls players from Dunwall and sends them to the coastal city of Karnaca. Unfortunately, Dishonored 2 didn't sell all that well, so a third game is pretty much off the cards. Well, you know how the saying goes, we'll always have the dreadful whale, or something like that. Number 5, The Evil Within 2. One of the most underappreciated games on PlayStation now that's absolutely deserving of more love, The Evil Within 2 is a wonderful survival horror from the dark minds over at Tango. While the original game has its fans, there are just as many people who couldn't gel with its odd systems and utterly bonkers premise. The Evil Within 2 levels things out a bit more with better action and general gameplay, so much so that it feels a lot like a modern Resident Evil 4. You return as Sebastian, who's on the hunt for his missing daughter in a new STEM system by the name of Union, which itself features semi-open environments for you to creep around, boasting a surprisingly grand scale, some truly unforgettable bosses, and art direction that demands you keep slapping the capture button. The Evil Within 2 is a horror marvel. If there's one game you're not familiar with that you should give a chance to on PlayStation Now, this might be it. Just like Dishonored 2, The Evil Within 2 sold like absolute butts, which will never not make me very sad. Number 4, Until Dawn. Supermassive Games has quite the library of titles, from Little Big Planet DLC to a Walking with Dinosaurs game? Okay. After playing Until Dawn, it's safe to say horror is where the developer belongs. Player choice is in the spotlight with a butterfly effect system. For every decision you make, the game changes, whether it's how two characters interact or whether or not one makes it to the end. Many of the fleshed out and mostly entertaining characters can survive Until Dawn, so long as you choose wisely along the way. The horror story that unfolds is unique and twofold, offering a different take on the a group of friends party in a cabin trope. There are twists and turns that effectively change the game and leave you trying to wrap your head around what may come next. Until Dawn will grip even the most critical of horror aficionados with its atmosphere, lighting and sound design. Supermassive have since gone on to develop Man of Medan and Little Hope, which, while not as good, offer some more subversive horror to take a few hours away with. Number 3, Metal Gear Solid 5. The Metal Gear Solid franchise comes full circle with the final installment of the main series. Unfortunately, David Hayter wasn't asked to return to voice Venom Snake, so Kiefer Sutherland stepped in to deliver a more somber performance that fit well within the Phantom Pain's more tragic story, though the switch never quite sat right with a lot of fans and you can hardly blame them really. The Phantom Pain occurs before the original Metal Gear and after Peace Walker, where it sets the stage for the events of the entire series. Unlike previous games, the Phantom Pain is set in an open world ripe for exploration. Boss undertakes an assortment of missions that further his story, expand upon the lore of Metal Gear Solid, and introduces new and familiar characters. The story may have mucked up a little bit and was certainly not as satisfying as some fans had hoped, but the gameplay and ample new mechanics more than make up for any narrative missteps. Well, maybe. It's a pretty polarising game that ends on an even more polarising ending, but if you want to slide around in a cardboard box and basically dick around in the desert, it's just a ton of fun. You don't forget the first time you listen to the final countdown as you rain mortar down on your enemies in a hurry, let's just say that. Number 2, Horizon Zero Dawn. Previously revered as one of the best PlayStation exclusives ever, Horizon Zero Dawn actually made its way towards PC in 2019, suggesting a change in mindset from Sony for years to come. But that doesn't take away from just how great the game still is on PS4. There are probably very few PlayStation fans who haven't played Horizon Zero Dawn at this point, but just in case, hunt robot animals, including a giraffe you can climb. There you go, that's the elevator pitch, that's all you need to know. Okay, so there's more to it than that. Horizon Zero Dawn sees you playing as Aloy, a hunter who sets out on a quest to discover what happened to Earth and to discover more about her past on the way. What that means for you is exploring a vast open world with tons to see and do, including grand encounters that rival those seen in Monster Hunter. With a brilliant narrative and some of the most stunning visuals ever committed to an open world, there's never been a better time to dive into Zero Dawn, especially with a sequel on the horizon. It's due out in 2021, but have you looked outside lately? I don't think so. And number 1, Bloodborne. Every PlayStation best of list ever made until the end of time will have Bloodborne on it somewhere. Even a best PS4 sports game will somehow find a way to sneak in Bloodborne. It does play tennis with your hopes and dreams, I guess. Bloodborne is a spin-off to the Dark Souls series that blends the complexities of From Software's signature combat with a gothic horror vibe that reeks of nightmare creatures. If you're too young to understand what that is and why that's awesome, just know werewolves and grisly monsters are waiting at every turn. To dispatch them, players wield unique weapons that can switch between two forms. A sword is a great short-range weapon, but what if you want to keep your enemies at a distance? Then with the press of a button, you want to extend that sword into a bladed whip. Bloodborne may appeal to those that were uninterested in the Souls series based on design alone. The horror vibe and Victorian style are incredible touches that really help the game shine, along with its more aggressive combat. All of this helps to make Bloodborne our top pick for the game you should play on PlayStation Now. Mind you, we really do wish we could get 60 frames per second on PS5. So that was our list. Anything you'd recommend on PS Now, be sure to let us know down below, and thank you for watching.